Welcome to Armand Academy. Like and subscribe for more content and drop your doubts in the comments. Share with your friends and classmates. For private tuition in these subjects across all boards and universities, contact me here or the link in the description. Let's get started. Now, in order to explain what is abnormal, and I'm just adding AB, abnormal profit, okay, in a firm in a perfectly competitive market, what has to happen is your AR has to be more than AC. Okay. And what is your AR at the end of the day? It is this line. Okay. It is this red demand curve that you see over here. Okay. Which is a flat line because both the buyer and the seller cannot control the price. So we have this. And in any situation, where the price was to increase, okay, where the price was to increase from, let's say, P to P1, or by default, it is at P1, then you're maximizing profit at this point, but you have to extend yourself forwards until you hit the demand curve, because that is the price that you're going to charge. You're going to go to the left into the y-axis, okay, and this entire area that you see is going to be abnormal profit. Okay, so what situation do we have where AR is more than AC? And that can happen if the price goes up. Okay, another situation in which we could do this is if the ATC curve itself goes down. And for those of you who have seen my video for normal profit, you know how difficult it is for me to make the ATC curve. Okay, so I'm going to try and see whether using the software I can just gently move it. Okay, and looks like I'm in luck. And I want to move the ATC curve downward. So what is this telling me? Whatever, technology is improved, costs have reduced, something has happened, and we are in a situation now where the ATC curve. Okay, yes, we know the ATC curve is a U-shaped curve. I want to get rid of that. Okay, and so the entire ATC has now reduced. And because the entire ATC is now reduced, again, we do the same thing. Okay, where are we? We are here. Okay, what is that point? Okay, that was your old equilibrium point. Where is your new equilibrium point going to be? The same spot where marginal cost equals marginal revenue. That is not changing. How much is your average revenue? This. But how much is your average total cost? Your average total cost corresponding to a quantity Q is this point over here. Okay, and that means I'm going to have to extend from here until the y-axis. Okay, so this would have been your price if you were going to earn a normal profit. But why do that when the demand curve is upstairs? And then this entire region becomes your abnormal profit. Okay, so abnormal profit can occur because the price increases or is higher than your ATC, or if the average total cost decreases. Right, so it could also be less by default. But remember, in a perfectly competitive market, all right, what we talk about, uh, okay, abnormal profits can happen, okay, either because of high prices, okay, either because of high prices or low costs. Either way, this whole thing temporary, is temporary. Okay, and why am I saying it's temporary? Because in the long run, existing firms increase supply. I will want to supply as much as I can in order to make as much profit as I can. So existing firms will increase supply, and new firms will enter the market. new firms will enter the market. And when that happens, market supply increases. If market supply increases, that means prices will decrease. And when that happens, we will go back to our original situation where price will equal average revenue equals marginal revenue, and average revenue equals average cost. Okay, and a normal profit situation. Anyway, any doubts, feel free to ask.